I want to tell you 4 stories about these 4 guys. I won't go too in depth, and I won't tell you who's who, but these 4 guys, Andy, Kevin, Thomas, Jamie, they all grew up in the suburbs. They pretty much got all the stuff that they asked for. Their parents were pretty wealthy. They went to the nice schools. They lived in a pretty nice neighborhood too. It was safe. They all had the nice cars by the time they got in high school. They, had plenty of friends. They were the kids that would, they'd get the Xbox right when it came out. The new PlayStation right when it came out. The new gadget, whatever it would be, the moped. Whatever cool things would come out, they'd be the ones to get it first. That was how they grew up. But it's so easy to look at them and think of them as that kid rather than Andy, the kid who, when he was in 5th grade, found out that his dad died while he was driving to work one day. Of course, his dad left a huge trust fund, worked for a law firm. But you wouldn't know that just looking at him. You wouldn't know that when Andy was in middle school that he found out his dad actually died in that car crash on his way to work when he was driving to a business meeting, but really he was meeting a woman at a hotel out of town. So you wouldn't know from Andy when he first got into high school that he realized his mom was an alcoholic. You wouldn't know that in high school, Andy's high school sweetheart, you wouldn't know that she was cheating on him for all 2 years of their relationship. You wouldn't know that when Andy was a freshman in college that he tried to commit suicide twice. You wouldn't know that just by looking at him. You wouldn't know about Thomas when he was in the 4th grade, the first time that his babysitter touched him. You wouldn't know what she did. You wouldn't know that it continued through 6th grade. You wouldn't know that this led to Andy getting into pornography by the 6th grade and it becoming a problem, such a big problem that he raped a girl in the 8th grade. You wouldn't know that this girl never said anything and forgave him, and that nobody else knows this. You wouldn't know that. You wouldn't know that when Thomas was a sophomore in high school, he was almost killed. He was almost killed by a classmate when this classmate found out he was gay. You wouldn't know that Thomas has had to hide being gay all throughout high school and even into college. You wouldn't know that Thomas's own dad disowned him when he found out that he was a homosexual. You also wouldn't know that Thomas ended up falling in love with a girl when he was a senior in college. You wouldn't know that this girl ended up breaking his heart when she found out about his homosexual past, even though he wasn't even a homosexual anymore. You wouldn't know these things about him. You wouldn't know about Kevin. How, when by the time he was in middle school, his parents had both divorced. You wouldn't know that Kevin started doing cocaine by the time he was in 8th grade. You wouldn't know that Kevin was in rehab by the time he was a sophomore in high school. You wouldn't know that Kevin was driving when he was a freshman in college, drunk, and almost killed a girl in a car wreck one night. You wouldn't know that about Kevin. Jamie. You probably wouldn't know that Jamie never even met his dad. You probably wouldn't know that his mom was raped. You probably wouldn't know that his mom ended up disowning him after she got way into drugs. You probably wouldn't know that Jamie's foster parents were actually the rich ones that raised him. You probably didn't know that Jamie's reached out to his mom his whole life, trying to forgive her and have a relationship with her. But she doesn't want it.
Jamie, make it. Yeah!
You probably didn't know that.